So now I have here my brand new installation of WordPress, and I'm gonna show you pages. It's one type of content that you can create here in WordPress. You have pages and posts, and they are slightly different, and I will talk about each one here. Both of them you can use to create pages, structured content in your website, but they have different use. Starting with pages, pages are content that you create in a non-chronological way, like a static content, a standalone content. It could be something like an about me page, like a contact us page, like a privacy policy. So anything that you really don't need one post after the other. It's not related to time, it's timeless. You can use page. And there are two ways that you can use to create pages. You can go here and select page in the toolbar here, or you can go in the page on the sidebar and select add new page. Both of them will take you to the Gutenberg, not so new now, block editor Gutenberg. Gutenberg will offer you a few things, like starting with the pattern. Depending on the version of WordPress that you are using, you won't see this straight away, but you can always find a section of patterns. If you want to create something here, and these are coming from the new theme, the 2024, so if you are using a different theme, you're probably going to see a different option here. But you can start with a pattern. If it's not the case, you can close it and start here straight away in your block editor. And here, if you are familiar with any other editor, you will feel confident that you can just go here and create a page, because the interface is similar to what you will have with a Word document, for instance. You can come here and add a title, and any title will do. I can just, I don't know, I can add how to use blocks, for instance, how to create a page. And I'll have here, from now on, everything that I will do here will be using blocks. What is really different about this new editor, not so new editor, is that the ability that you have to add content that will be treated in a different way. Each element of this text here, so the images, the paragraphs, the quotes, audio, everything that you add here will be treated as a block. So they will have its own property. You can customize the pieces of content in a certain way, in isolated way, so you have more flexibility when you are creating your page. So when you come here, for instance, and click in the block options, you will see that you have first the patterns, the one that I was showing, the pop-up here. You have some options of pattern, but I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm gonna focus on allow you to create anything from scratch that you want. So you have the options of blocks that will be paragraphs, headings, quotes, code, options for media, for images, audio, design that you can use to organize your page in terms of adding a spacer, adding a page break, adding buttons, adding columns, widgets that if you are familiar with WordPress before that, you remember that widgets were a different section. It was not part of the page when you are creating the page itself. It was a bit harder to just go there and insert a widget. Now you can do that from here. So if you want to add a calendar, you can come here and add a calendar, or if you want to add a search bar, you can just go there and add a search bar. So you can, and how do you do that? You just click and you insert, and from now on your page will have this element here that you can just move up and down when you have more things. Paragraph, the same thing. You can just go here and you can type anything that you want, and that will be a paragraph that you can just move up and down and change the order of things. If you have this as a paragraph and you would like to change that, transform that, into a list or a quote, you can just go here and easily come here and have this converted in a different block. And as I said, each block will be a different thing. So you have a quote inside this block area here and a search here. You start to add things and you can get lost with the elements, but you can always come here and see what you have. On that side here, those 3 lines, you will have this list view where you will see all the elements that you have on that page. So you have a quote, so nested there you have the paragraph, and when you click you see that you are highlighting this area here. So the quote, the paragraph, the search, and there's another paragraph here ready for me to type something, because I hit enter when you were typing elements here, so it's ready to add more paragraph here and so on. Okay, so this side here you can select your blocks. You can come here, undo and redo. You can see the structure of the document. Here in outline you can see the details of your document, overall document. You have 7-8 characters, 7 words that are not real words, but they are counting as words, and time to read less than 1 minute, because, well, it's not really a long document to read, right? On that side here you have 2 things. You have a structure. You can see this as a page, and in page you will see the details of the document itself, so everything related to an overview of this page. So for instance, page here is public at the moment, the visibility, but I can change that one to private or to password protected. Keep in mind that this here is not published yet, it's still here ready to save a draft, but it's not published yet. Once it's published, it will be public or it will be private if I choose. So publish, I can also change the date. So when I hit publish, I wanted to have this published now, or I want to schedule this, and I can change that here too. What about the template? I'm using the regular page one, but if I'm using a different template, I can come here and select a different one. URL, by default, it will give me the name of the permalink will be this. It will be carol.com.au/demo, that is the name of the site, and the permalink that I'm adding to the title is the one converted to the permalink that will take me to that page. If I want to customize this, I can come here and change that, because this is how the page will look like once it's published. It will look like this one here, unless of course I change this one. So this side is about the page structure itself, right? I can set, for instance, the parent. If I have a menu, for instance, and I want to have this as a child of a menu item, I can set this here. I don't have that yet, so I'll keep it like that. But everything that is related to the page itself is here. On that block 1, that is related to each block that I have here, and each one will have different properties. So notice that I have here one for quote, that will allow me to customize a few things related to posts. For instance, the size of the quote I can change here, and it will be straightforward compared to well, it's similar because it's not changing a lot, but it's visual things that you can change. But if I click on search bar, for instance, it will be different properties because it's a different block. So for each block that I have here, I will have different properties here to change. Okay, some of them can be advanced, some of them will be more straightforward here, but each one will have a different thing to do. So recapping, here you go to select the block that you want to use. So if you want to add an image, you come to add an image. If you want to add a paragraph, and you can start creating your page and changing the design of your page using blocks, because each block will have their own property that you can control here and also here. So from block you have things that you can do here. So here you have elements here that will be different from this here, things that you can do. Each block will have their own property, both here and also here. Once you are ready, you're gonna hit here publish, and have this live. It's again checking use visibility as public, or do you want to change that, or do you want to put this schedule to another day. Otherwise it's just published. And now the how to use blocks is live, and when you click on it you can go to the website and the page will be there the way you created.